Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today is the 27th day in the second month of this new year. Happy Black History Month. Let's get into my show. My topics for today are President Joe Biden demonstrates U.S. show of force in the Middle East. Liberia's President George Weah on countrywide tour and leaves Monrovia shut down. Will Liberians support George Weah until and after 2023? Does the shadow know? Let's get into my lesson. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, President Joe Biden demonstrates U.S. show of force in the Middle East. We heard over the news yesterday that President Biden ordered the bombing of Syria and Iran, where a few militants were killed. Some people are opposed to it and saying Joe Biden shouldn't have done that. They should have talked, a lot of stuff. But Joe Biden wasn't waiting for that. Iran has been bullshitting for too long, showing force in the world where it demonstrated in the past, before we started the dismantlement of their nuclear facilities and weapons and stuff like that, started demonstrating this aggressive world power. So we had to put Iran back in this place. Let them know that we ain't going to fool around with them. This ain't Donald Trump. So I support Joe Biden's bombing of Syria and Iran. We are too damn tired with problems in the Middle East. These Asian people in the Middle East, they are old people. They have no problems killing you, chopping you up, and things like that. Those are Asian people. So we still have a issue we got to deal with. And what is that? Modernizing and upgrading the Arabs. The Arabs need to be upgraded. They need to be spiritually renewed. That one little area of the world can't be the source of every damn problem in the world. I mean, for time immemorial, from the time I grew up, all I could hear were Israel and Syria and Israel and the Arabs and the Arabs and the Israeli and the Palestinian and the Yasser Arafat. From the time I knew myself, I've been hearing about this conflict. It's time to stop it. How long will insanity go on? How long will part of the world's people be insane? This is intolerable. This is unconscionable. And it has to cease and desist. And I'm in support of Joe Biden. We are the greatest nation in the world. We control and monitor the world. Our world is too filled already with the proliferation of arms and weapons. Our country not looking, our world not looking towards peace no more. They've gone back to their ancient ideas of survival of the fittest. And we can't do that. If we're going to move forward If they can't give the Arabs what they need to maintain order, there's going to be a serious problem in the world. We cannot go on with this consistent problem with these people in the Middle East. I don't even want to go to the Middle East. What am I going to do in the Middle East? What I do in our war-torn place? I got enough problem in my useless Liberia than to go to this other war-torn country, region. You know, the whole region from the Suez Canal on towards Russia, nothing but dysfunctional people. Nothing. Enslaving people to this day, enslaving Africans still. And they better be careful, because if they lose and don't have a strong army, that stuff we ain't going to tolerate it from you Arabs. No more. You treat my people bad, when I'm there, we're going to have some serious problems. Because nobody touch my Liberian people as long as I am in command of Liberia. You touch my country, we're coming after you. We ain't going to America or United States. We're coming after you. Then you will see African Zulus hitting your shoulders and knocking you out. Chaka Zulu. You know, we can't continue on this trend. We can't continue on this trend. We're being enslaved by the whites. Now the Arabs won't do this. Huh? The Arabs want to enslave Africans? Are you people crazy? Have you Arabs lost your mind? Or do you want somebody to show you real show of force so you Arabs can understand Africa in taking this thing from you people with cloth on your heads? We ain't taking it from y'all. We ain't taking it from y'all. I'm not commander of Liberia yet. If I were, it was going to be hell between the Arabs and the Africans. We're going to ban you out of Africa. We're going to ban you until and unless you release our people in enslavement in your Arab countries. Have no dignity for our people. We got to teach you a lesson first before we teach the white people a lesson. We got to teach you people a lesson. Arabs. And you see, and anybody who let Arab people conquer their country, they will kill you up with worse than the white people. Look at what the people did to what's his name? Kahuji or whatever his name, the man who they chopped up. The crown prince of a country, ordering somebody to be butchered like an animal. What am I going to do among those people? What am I going to do among those ancient, uncivilized people? I will not go to Saudi Arabia. I can't go to Saudi Arabia. Whether I leave Liberia or not, I will send people there. I ain't going to that country. A country that can chop a human being off if the young Christianity is demonic. It's demonic. And that's what exists in the Middle East today. That's why they can't find no peace. They got sort of jinns and jinnah and all the evil things running around in the Middle East, confusing them and even killing them. These people are murderers, ruthless murderers. To chop a human being up, put him in a bag, and dispose of his body. How can I ever relate to that kind of country? I can't. Especially with that crown prince who killed that man there. Then when we gave evidence that you people did kill Kohoji or what his name was, you people coming out talking about it's lie and all these kind of things. So we have to teach the Arabs in Saudi Arabia a very serious lesson. We got to teach these people about human rights and dignity and the rule of law. These Indian Arab people still got kings and queens in a country that need to be overthrown. We need to get rid of all the queens and kings because the people's lives in Saudi Arabia are threatened by a monarchy that can kill people, can cut people up and murder people in modern time world. That government needs to go. There should be no king or kingdom in Saudi Arabia. It should be a democratic republic. And we should see to it. Because we can get more from Republicans, from Democrats, than the Arabs, than the kings and queens and monarchs, and people go around killing people with dictatorial powers, with impunity. Human lives have no dignity and pride in these countries. But I warn you, Arab people, I warn you, stop, cease and desist. Africa will not take this from you no more. Cease and desist now. The repercussions, you will not handle it. You will not handle it. Because we're coming to you with every force we got. Israel already won't get rid of you. We're coming to join them. You play with Africa. And we ain't waiting for no United Nations. Who is the United Nations? Huh? I ain't waiting for that. I'm waiting for the Organization of African Unity. When they say we must go, we are going. The world has enslaved and betrayed and deceived African people for too long. For too long. And now that we have seen the racism and underbelly of hate and dysfunctional leadership in America, it's time for us to stand up because America has failed. Our leaders are still fussing among themselves, cannot make a fitting decision, cannot feed our people. That's a serious problem. And we can't be a part of it. We got to free ourselves totally, once and for all. We cannot go into another millennium with inequality, injustice, lies, treacherous behavior to our people. We can't. We can't. The time for the people is now. So I don't have much to say today on U.S. relations and all of that. That's always my first topic. I try to get out of the way because this is my home. So I deal with my first home before I go to my second home. So now that I finished my first home, you see, I always do two things on Liberia because Liberia is dysfunctional to the core. So I just want my young children to know, my young white and black American children to know, we ain't going nowhere beyond the moon if this racism continues. We ain't going. Y'all can't be advancing yourselves with our wealth, then imprisoning us and trying to kill our people still over and over with lies. We ain't tolerating it. So you better go to the moon right now and get your last trip over with. If Africans don't go to the moon, if Africans don't work at NASA, we're giving you our resources. We are not. And this is my message to my young children in America, as well as in Africa and the world. Equality, justice, liberation for all peoples. And if we are not liberated in this millennium, there will be a war. There will be a third world war. We're not going back. We're not going back into slavery, not for the Arabs, not for the useless people in the Middle East, nor for America. We got to stand for ourselves. My father didn't build the Republic of Liberia for us to be stooges to other peoples of the world. We need to have our own wealth and resources in Africa, not in Europe and France and China and America and all over the world. We need to survive in Africa. And this is my lesson to my people, my American people and my Liberian people. The time of the Liberian people is now. Aluta! Continue. Let me take a break, a sip of my coffee, and I'll be back for my second lesson. Oh, Lord, I love this song. Huh? It just rocks you on. Okay, let's get into my lesson. Before I start, I want to remind you all that tonight at 7 p.m., I will be having Jim Vincent, the president of Providence Branch NAACP, on my show at 7 o'clock. This will be live. We're going to be talking about the state of Rhode Island's Black and colored communities. So make sure you come on. For you who are watching, come on and watch the show, because you'll be able to ask questions of Jim Vincent via text. Okay? Because I don't do talking on my show with the community. But you can write your thing, it will show up on my screen, and Jim will be able to answer all your questions from there. Okay? Because if a lot of people here to talk to Jim, everybody got to have a time. So you text all your questions, and Joe will look at them and answer it instead of us talking to people on the telephone. Okay? So let's look at my other useless country, Liberia. Here we have it. George Weah is on a counter-wide tour. One of his security been killed. That was no suicide. He was killed. George Weah, I just heard this morning, George Weah went to River G County and he's showing the presidential house. I was listening to Casa this morning. Casa was telling us how this place was so dysfunctional. Let me see if I got him on here so you can hear him. So I can bring him on. And yeah. Let me see. Oh, I don't have Casa. Hold on. I will bring Casa up later. But anyway, he was on talking about all these things going on in Liberia, and how Weah went up to River G County and they showed him the presidential mansion for him to go stay. He went in and ran out and started yelling, "Break it down! Break it down!" I tell you, the guy is a dummy. This guy is a dummy. He go in government property house. We built that house, not him. He come and break it down, break it down. You even got money for the government of Liberia. You stole our money and built everything in your name. All your government officials ain't nothing but dummies, building schools and colleges in their name with the Liberian people money. You think we tolerate this? Maybe those dummies will sit down and vote for you until 2064, until 30 years after Tubman, or some. You can stay there for 90 years and your dummy won't keep them there. Yeah, you'll see that dummy will stay there for 20, 30 years. You know, our Liberian people cause our own problems. Our people cause our own problem. He go to the cruise, his people, they're telling him that they're praying for him to stay in power as long as Tubman. Tubman ruled Liberia 30 years. You think we're going to be under the dummy for even 4 more years? That's insanity. That's asinine. And that's why you will always suffer, man. People trying to get you out of these Tottenham philosophy of destroying our constitutional democracy. Tottenham destroyed our constitutional democracy by wanting to remain in power until he died. And this is what many Liberian youth and people see today as the success of leadership under a constitutional government. You people are crazy. You people are totally insane. And now I come, I need to put all of you in jail and flog you. What is this? For almost most of our lives, from under Tottenham, we watched this one man rule our country like a king. I was 12 years old when Tottenham died. I couldn't believe that Tottenham could die. It was unbelievable. This man has stayed in power under our constitutional democratic laws, which he violated time and again to remain president. To remain president. America supported him. England supported him. As for England, they got king and queen, so I ain't worried about them. But for America to support such evil people in our country, that's a problem. That's a problem. And we can't let foreigners come and decide who our leaders will be, decide what we're going to eat, decide how we're going to wear and dress and walk around. This is imprisonment, mental imprisonment. And it's just painful. It's just painful to see my country and my people just going down, 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 and they're so ignorant, they don't even want to listen to nobody. They're talking about the Congo people, they hate the Congo people. Where are the Congo people? Y'all can't rule Liberia. Y'all will kill each other because that's your culture. Your culture is to kill. All the Southeasterners, their culture is to kill, to stay in power for life. Tottenham came from the Southeast too. And that is Sydney Council we're talking about. You know, he was seeing how everybody talking about how all the problematic people and leaders of Liberia come from the Southeastern region. From Tottenham to this very day, Ellen came from there to look how they rob our country. Rob our country. She and her children, those Germans, come in our country, want to claim Liberian nationality through their mothers and deny the truth to say their father. Now, Ellen, they never knew they were traditional Africans before until she wanted to become president and leader of Liberia. Then all of a sudden we start hearing about Papa don't come. Papa, who does say that thing? Papa don't come. That those idiots. I never said that thing in Liberia. Papa don't come. Papa don't come. Papa don't come. And that you're dummy white Liberian people that believe that stupidness. Where in Liberia you ought to be singing, Papa don't come, Papa don't come. Remember that idiot Ellen Johnson said he can do it? That traitor, Nobel Peace Prize winner of the enemies of black people? We can't tolerate this. And we gotta whine, we are up. This native boy is going too much and too bad in our country. He will kill all you native people. Y'all say you're native, your own native man will execute every one of you. And y'all will want to run out of Liberia again. But this is what you get when you can't learn. Or you're too hard to learn. Or you quit to learn and quit to forget. This is what happened to dummies. They come out of struggle and suffering and see their light, they forget about the struggles they were in. Then when they end up going back into that same lifestyle, they won't blame other people for causing them when their own ignorance and dummy stupidity put them there where they are. There's a problem. There's a serious, serious problem. And my children, it's not good for you. You're going to come to your consciousness. Our law says no president can stay more than 12 years. No more. If he makes it to the second term. Every president is assured one term of 6 years. Then we evaluate you at the next round of election. And if you're not competent, if you're totally inept, we're not voting for you again. Your thing will end at the 12 years. That 30-year dream you got for this dummy Weah might not even make it to 6 years. He might not. With that stupidity he carry on in our country, with all the raping and stealing and dysfunctional lives of our people, 8 people dying from carbon monoxide, a whole house being killed because there are no lights in the vicinities. They take all the lights and put it in the street. The children got to leave their homes to come sit on the street lights to study the lessons. Why? Because the dummies connected the street light with the society. So they got to share the street lights. The people in their houses can only get light when the street light is off. Then everybody got light. So what the use of having lights? Lights for night, not for day only. It's for message primarily at night, so people can see. But you take the lights and give it to the people in the day, then in the night you take it and put it in the streets. This is a sure sign. This is a sure sign of a dictator who wants his people to go around killing people in the dark, in their homes, and we have no explanation of who did that. You know these people don't investigate nothing in a way. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And it has become our problem. So how to resolve it? Only the shadow knows. Aluta! Continua. So this is our plight. This is our plight. George Weah going on his county tour. He took all the ministers, the government officials, all of them go on the county tour with 900,000 of Liberia money, almost $1 million. You spend $1 million on county tour. On county tour, our hospital not good, our schools are not open, and you're spending $1,000 on county tour. This is asinine. This is crazy. So what are you going to do on that? Like Tutman, take our money and then give it to people? That's the only reason he's okay with that much money. That's what got Liberian people where we are today. Tutman destroyed our country. He destroyed our mentality. He made us lazy and beggars. And we can't get out of this laziness and this begging BS. We can't. For 30 years, the man bribed our whole society. What kind of president of a nation that's starving? Every Saturday, long lines at the executive mansion for everybody to meet Tutman for the Saturday. And corruption. People come in to stop Tutman office. He called his aides. He said, bring some money. He gave everybody $1,000. You got a line about 50, 60 people lined up to see Tutman. And all of them are supposed to be relatives. Oh, we're going to see Convad. We're going to see Uncle Vad. This is what killing us, man. Now George Weah is doing the same thing, carrying our money to just give away like that, his money. You see this buffoon? He take our money and building houses and mansions all around Liberia, and to show that this native man has no intelligence, I hear Casa say the rooms are so small and tight, he called it a mansion. You know, these are the idiots ruling our country. And we got to get rid of these people. We can't hang on to them. Not for no American democracy that we got in our country. The same democracy that is showing its underbelly in America today, that's the underbelly, the same thing we should have in Liberia. You better get rid of George Weah. George Weah needs to go before 2023. We can't live with these kind of people. The whole government is immature. The whole government are rogues. The whole government are dummies. Just pure, simple dummies. Can we tolerate that? I'm tired with dummies. I'm tired. I went through 4 years in America with one. Firsthand, Donald Trump. That other dummy got us where we are today. Now there's dummy in Liberia. He just going around killing people, stealing our money, and ripping our women. We can't go through this. The time of the Liberian people is now.
That's right.
My question, as I was taking in my past discussion recently, I'm continuing with it. Another topic, will Liberians support George Weah until and after 2023? Are you going to do that? All of you talking about how the man will be smoking that Jamaican weed, he can't handle it. He go there and say he was born in what year? To 2003 to 2023. We're not in 2023. He's saying we're in 2023. But he's just an idiot. You got an idiot, then you put weed on top of it and alcohol. It's not only weed that man smoke. Weah is a perpetual drinker. He's a drunk. Then he smoke weed. Then he's a dummy. What do you expect the man to do? Perform miracles? Dummies cannot perform miracles. They can't. Did you see Judas perform miracles? Judas couldn't perform miracles. Why? Because he was a dummy. All dummies just want 30 pieces of silver to kill other people and lie and betray them. And these are my people, the people of Judas, the tribe of Judas called Liberia. So my people, I got to come on tonight with Jim. So I got to leave you all now so I can go take a rest. I fulfilled my duties of continuing my show and not slacking like other people. Hey, you got to be a soldier to keep the thing going. You see, people get tired. There's no room for tired. Sleep is not an option for me when I got to build my country. So I can stay up. Usually I stay up at 10, 11. And I sleep for 1 hour, wake up and start my thing. Some nights I don't sleep at all. I just stay up at 12, come and start my thing, leave at 5, go do what I want to do, then come home and sleep. That's the life of a no-co. That's the life of a no-co in Liberia, that soldier. That's the life of a no-co. Government gave you gun. Government now gave you road. You no go, you go. Have a good night, my people. And a good day. I see you tonight. Attorney Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson is out.
That's right.